What's up, everybody? How are you guys all doing? I love that intro. It's so much fun, especially the last few seconds, kind of getting prepared and getting ready for the day. So what's up, everybody, all my funnel hackers? I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys today. We have so many fun things to be talking about. I apologize. I sent the text out ahead of time, and I literally said top of the hour. I said it the last 2 days, and I didn't realize the top of the hour means like 1 o'clock, and it's anyway. So my bad. I apologize in the future. It's always 12:30 Mountain Time, which is 2:30 East Coast, which is 11:30 Pacific, and anyway, that's all I can figure out in my head off the fly. But I'm pumped to be here with you guys. Let me know where you're calling in from, where you guys are hanging out with us from. We got people from all around the world, always hanging out here on the live. So let us know where you're coming in from. And today we're talking about a topic that you guys are going to love. It's called story selling. How do we sell by telling stories in a really fun, ethical, cool, exciting, awesome, amazing way? And I got some really cool stuff to show you guys today that's going to blow your minds, which I'm pumped for. But before we get too deep, I just want to say hi to everybody. So what's up, friends? We got Boston, we got Tampa, New York City, India, and it's 12 a.m. in India. Thank you for hanging out. We got Spokane, Portland, Florida, Dublin, Cedar City, Utah, Texas, San Diego. Lawrence is from New Jersey. Chico's also from New Jersey. We got I lived in Jersey for 2 years. I love Jersey. Elko, Nevada. We got St. Paul, Minnesota, India, Dallas. All right, we got people from all around the world. I'm pumped to be hanging out with you guys today. All my funnel hackers in one spot. This is so exciting. And hopefully you guys all know that the next time we're all hanging out for a huge funnel hacking party is actually Funnel Hacking Live International. Some of you guys may know we've done 9 funnel hacking lives, and then funnel hacking 10 is coming. Is actually next, like Valentine's Day in Vegas. And we wanted to do like a middle one in between. So it's Funnel Hacking Live 9.5. We're calling it international because we're going to be streaming it to tons of different countries, different languages. We have translators. It's going to be the first one we've ever done virtual, which is exciting. And so that's the next time all of us funnel hackers are hanging out. And we have got a show for you. We're about to start announcing speakers and who's coming out. It's going to blow your guys' mind. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. But right now, what's cool is because we're in pre-launch, you can get tickets for the virtual event for like a third the price of what normal Funnel Hacking Live tickets are. And also on top of that, it's cool because you don't have to pay for flights, hotels, all the other stuff. You can watch it from the comfort of your home. Although I recommend actually getting an Airbnb during FHL so you can get away from your existing world, like your ordinary world, and get a spot where you can actually focus during that time. But that's a story for another day. So if you don't have your tickets yet, go to funnelhackinglive.com and come hang out with us, because that's going to be our next big, huge meetup, which is going to be amazing. If you're enjoying these daily lives, imagine what we can do in 3 days with you, where it's like concentrated immersion, like try to take you from here to here and blow your mind along the way. It's going to be so much fun. So anyway, I'm pumped for you guys and excited to for all the fun things that are happening. So today we are talking about story selling. How many guys, you have a product or service to sell and you're like, I don't want to sell. I don't like sales. Sales is scary for me. I feel nervous. I don't really like it as much. But you know you have to sell a product. And you're like, I just don't know about selling. I feel uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, be like, yes, I feel uncomfortable selling or thinking about selling or doing selling. Okay? So those are my uncomfortable people. Let me know. How many of you on the other side are like, I love to sell something. I was born to be a salesperson. Like, this is all I want to do is I want to sell stuff all day long, every single day. It's going to be the coolest thing in the world because I love selling things. I know what selling is serving. And if I sell something to somebody, I can actually change their life. How many of you guys are on that side? You're like, I love selling. So we've got we got a little bit of both sides of it looks like. We got those guys who are amazing. You love to sell, some of those who hate selling, and you got a bunch of guys in the middle. So we're all over the place. I was the same way. Okay, you guys saw my old videos from our lives a little while ago. Like, I was awkward, I was nervous, I was shy. The thought of selling was horrible for me. And I didn't want to do it, but I love telling stories. I never put those two things together until one day I was hanging out with my buddy Dagan Smith, which, by the way, if you read Expert Secrets and you open to the very intro of this, I dedicate the book to Dagan Smith. Dagan was the one who, when I was in a dark time in my career and I wanted to quit, and he got me excited, and we literally spent like hours and hours on the phone for multiple days talking about story selling, and he got me re-fired up about it. And so I started tweaking how I was doing things and shifting from like me being a salesman to me telling stories. Now I'm still kind of a salesman. I like to sell now, but I do it through story. If you notice, if you've gone through my perfect webinar training or Expert Secrets book, you notice that when I'm selling, it's 100% based on story selling initially. That's how we do this whole thing, right? We're telling stories, we're weaving things together in a way that gets people to move. The goal of the story is to figure out what somebody's false belief that they have and how we break that false belief. And then from there, how do we replace it with the correct belief, the belief they need to have to actually move through things? And the only way to do that effectively is through story. Because story goes beyond the conscious mind into the subconscious, right? You're communicating subconsciously to your audience in a way you can't consciously explain things, right? And so story is power. Anyway, I could geek out for like 3 days just on why story is so powerful. But today, what I do want to focus on actually like how to tell stories correctly in a really cool way. So that's kind of the game plan. So with that said, the first thing to pop up, so if you've got the Expert Secrets book with you, we're going to talk about the Epiphany Bridge story. If you have the hardbound, Ben got me all the links. So if you have the hardbound, the new book basically starts on page 155 is where I show the Epiphany Bridge script right here. Boom. If you're on the softbound, the initial book, it's on page 91. But I think we get. Are we able to throw that image up real quick, Ben? So this is the core, the initial concept called the Epiphany Bridge. Yeah, so you guys have probably seen this doodle before. And I want to explain this really quick. And then from here, I'm going to show you this presentation. I'm going to give you a really cool assignment. And the winner of this assignment is going to get a really cool gift. Should I tell them the gift is yet? I'm actually wearing the gift right now. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, there's the hook. I'll tease you and show you here in a second. First, I'll explain what the Epiphany Bridge is. So the way that most people try to sell, they sell incorrectly, is when they try to sell something, they try to sell logically, right? So if you look at the person here on the right-hand side, it says logic. Right? What happens for most of you is there's something that happened in your life that got you excited about the thing that you geek out about, right? For me, I remember I got excited about wrestling. I got excited about funnels. Like something happened. I had this epiphany where I was like, I'm a funnel builder. I want to build funnels for the rest of my life. Or I decided when I got into wrestling, I wanted to be a wrestler and I became obsessed with it, right? And something happened where I had this epiphany where I was like, I am a wrestler for the rest of my life. I had this identity shift, right? And most of you guys have had that in the thing that you're most passionate about, right? But the problem is like you have this emotional experience, you go on this journey, and then you logically like convince yourself why this is the greatest thing in the world you can do, right? And then us in our brains, we have all these logical explanations like why this path is the correct path. So when we find someone who's we're going to try to sell on the product or the service or the thing we're doing, we walk up to them. The first thing we do is start spewing out all of the logic on top, like we literally puke out this logic on top of them. Okay. The first time I talk about this in the books, the first time I really got this. In fact, the first time I taught this concept, I went to a Prove It event. And Prove It is a network marketing program that sells ketone drinks, right? And I helped write the original scripting for that company and did some really cool things with them. And I remember going to this event and they wanted me to speak. And so I get up there and I'm in the lobby checking in the hotel. I look around, I see all these fitness people in spandex, head to toe, wearing shirts that say glucose or ketones are greater than glucose. And I'm watching these people. It's like a herd of lions, and I see these people walking through the lobby, almost like they're like the zebra walking through, and the lion's about to pounce on them. And all of a sudden they see people run over, they start jumping on them. I'm listening what they're saying, and they're coming up, and they're like, "Did you know that ketones are better than glucose? Like, have you ever tried beta hydroxybutyrate salts?" And they're like dumping all this techno babble on, right? Like it'll increase your blah blah, and like all this stuff they've learned, all the scientific studies, like puking this on people. And you see the person, the zebra walking through, all of a sudden these people are pouncing on him and they're like, oh, and they're running away. And I look at that and it was so funny because I'm like, that's how most people sell. They have all this logic, all the techno babble they built up in their life, and they see the person and they're about to try to convince them that their way is right, and then blah, it all comes out all over them. And I remember at this event, after I witnessed this, I was speaking to all the leaders. So I get in front of the leaders, and it's the first time I ever drew this little image out. I remember getting whiteboard, I was like, all right. I'm like, every single one of you guys got in this company because of something emotional that happened to you. Like, what was that? And I had him raise his hand. One person's like, oh, I took this stuff and I lost a ton of weight. I felt better. Someone else, I took this stuff and my skin cleared from acne and I had more energy. And everyone had this emotional experience they had while why they got into this company, why they loved the product, why they were obsessed with the mission. And I said, then how come when you guys are in the hallway and I'm watching you guys try to sell these people, you're jumping on them, you're puking out all this logic? I'm like, people don't buy logically. You didn't buy logically. The reason why you're bought in this is because you had some emotional experience, some epiphany you had that changed your life, that got you on this path. And they're like, oh my gosh. I said, if you can tell that story, it'll shift everything for you. Okay? And so that was the very first time I ever explained this concept of the Epiphany Bridge. I remember I have a buddy who's a chiropractor, Chad Woolner. He's in .com Secrets and I think Expert Secrets too. But I met him and I was like, he was trying to figure out how to market his chiropractor practice. And I'm like, well, how does it, like, why are you a chiropractor? And he's like, because I get Fridays off and like, blah, blah, and they starts telling me all this techno babble. I'm like, that's not going to inspire anybody to come to you. If you want people to follow you, you got to have a story that syncs with them. Like, again, I told you guys yesterday, like your dream customer is probably you 5 years ago. So you have to go back in time to you 5 years ago. Like, what was the thing that you experienced that made you want to become this person? And when I asked him that question, he thought for a minute. He said, you know what? He's like, I was actually planning on being a dentist. And he's like, and I just married my wife and she got in this car accident. And I remember she went to doctors and medical things and all these things. And the medical doctors wanted to cut her open and fix it. And other people want to do this and all these different things. And he's like, my wife was in so much pain for so long. We were trying every single thing we could possibly do. And he's like, one day we took her to a chiropractor. And the chiropractor adjusted her. I saw how this man put his hands on my wife. And within like 30 seconds, she was out of pain. He's like, when I saw that, I was like, that's my calling. That's what I want to do the rest of my life. I got chills just telling that story. I was like, dude, that's the story. That should be over your ads, your webinars, every time someone comes into your clinic. Like, that's the story that builds this emotional connection. Like, you spewing this technobabble is not getting people to follow you, right? It's you telling that story, okay? So that's what the Epiphany Bridge story is, right? And so everyone has one. The hardest thing for us as marketers is to figure out, like, I have to go back in time and remember, like, what was the emotional thing that got me into this? Like, what was the emotional experience I had that got me into building funnels? What was the experience that I had that got me into wanting to be a wrestler? Everything I'm trying to sell, right? You have to think about that experience you had, and that's the story you tell that gets people to want to go on this emotional journey with you. Now, if you tell the story correctly, the goal is for you not to give the person the epiphany, okay? This is the key. The goal is to tell the story in a way where they have the same epiphany you had. Like you tell your story and then they have this epiphany like, oh my gosh, I need a funnel. Oh my gosh, I need a whatever. And so that's how you tell the story correctly. And so the next question is like, well, how do I tell that story correctly? Okay. And so that's what I'm actually going to show you. In fact, let's throw up the next image, Ben, the script. So this is the picture of the script from the original original Expert Secrets book. If you guys have your camera, take a picture of this real quick. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to come back and talk about it afterwards, but I want you to see this real quick. Feel free to grab a picture of it. I'm going to show you a video. So the very first time I taught this concept, it was in the Inner Circle. I was doing an event called the Fat Event, and the who's who of ClickFunnels royalty was all in that room at the time. And I taught this concept, and then after I taught this, I actually went live and I did it live. And so I'm going to show you guys this going live. I'll give you a real quick recap of what this looks like, because I don't think, Ben, I don't share this in the video clip, right? Yeah, okay, so I'll go real quick. So this is the Epiphany Bridge script, and it's syncing with like the hero's journey, very similar, right? So it starts with the backstory. So you tell the backstory. This is like coming back to the Epiphany Bridge, right? You're telling the backstory, right? You start with the backstory, and then you talk about your desires. Like, what did you want? You talk about the internal desires, first the external. The external desire is the thing you want to achieve, right? Like, I wanted to go make a bunch of money. I wanted to do whatever. And then you come back and you're like, but my internal, the real desire is I wanted to be happy, or whatever that thing might be, right? So you start with you tell your backstory, you talk about the external desire, which is the journey of achievement, what you're trying to achieve. And you share your internal desires, which is the journey of transformation, who you're trying to become. And by sharing those things initially, that's how you start building rapport very quickly with the audience. Okay. God, if you haven't read the Expert Secrets book, I could spend like 2 days just on this one topic of desires, internal, external, but we don't have time for it today, right? But that's the beginning, and that's how you get quick rapport with the person you're talking to. And then you talk about how like on this journey you hit into a wall. Now, what is the wall? This is the same wall everyone else is hitting it into, right? Again, you 5 years ago, what was the wall you kept hitting into? Because it's the same wall that your dream customers are hitting into now. So what's the wall you hit into? And what's the epiphany you had? What's the new opportunity you discovered? Okay, if you watched the last couple of days, you know what we're talking about with new opportunity. And then here's the plan that you discovered from that. And there was conflict, because conflict is what makes the story interesting. Here's the conflict when I was trying to execute on the plan. And eventually I achieved the thing I wanted, right? Which is the very beginning of the story, your external desires. But then more importantly, you transformed, which were your internal desires. So this is the hero's journey, kind of a little nutshell, and this is how we tell stories. I literally had this printed out on my monitor, like taped to my monitor, and every time I tell a story, I'd have that I was glancing to. When I was doing Facebook Lives every day, and Periscope Lives, and all the ones, I would glance to the script, I would like literally sync to this script flawlessly. Okay, so this is the picture of it. Again, when you go through the Expert Secrets book, you can actually read it, and it goes into a lot more detail about this. But this is the Epiphany Bridge script. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna queue up this video. Let's see, we can drop this. Okay, so I'm gonna queue up this video, and we're gonna show you guys this of me actually doing this entire script live one time, so you can see the experience. Like, what does it actually look like if Russell's going live, following the script to a T, as close as I can. And I'm gonna give you a hint. After this is done, I'm gonna give you guys a homework assignment. The homework assignment is gonna be for you guys actually to record one of these on your phone, and then to post it in a certain spot I'll tell you about. And if anyone who does that, we're gonna put your name into a drawing to win something free. You guys wanna see what I'm gonna give you guys for free? All right, here we go. I'm gonna step back so you can see it. This right here. This is the ClickFunnels belt that I'm wearing today. We got one right here. So it's a brown one. We're trying to find other colors, maybe blue and red and white. But anyway, right now I got one of these for sure. So what we're gonna do is anyone who does this exercise and posts in the ClickFunnels group, we're gonna pick one person at maybe one or two. Depends how good they are. We'll pick a couple of the best ones to actually to send out a free ClickFunnels belt to, which will be exciting. And these belts are amazing. They have this really cool like ratcheting system. They're my favorite belts. It's all I wear now. And I got some really expensive belts. These are way cooler. Anyway, they're awesome. So, and it doesn't mean like you're the best at like doing it. It's like the person who tried the best, right? Like you could be horrible, but as long as you do the assignment, it's like that person, it looks painful and they were not comfortable, but man, they did it. They're going to win. So don't think you have to be like the most articulate to win the belt. You just have to be awesome and like give it your all and just try. Does that sound fair? Okay. So I'll talk about how to win that here in a minute, but right now we're going to go over to the clip. Okay, so this is going to be you watching me actually go live during the first ever Fat event, teaching this concept. I went live to show everybody how it worked, and then afterwards I made everybody in the room go and like get their phone and go live into their Facebook groups, which was awesome. So with that said, here is a video of me doing Wait, I'm trying to find, hold on, I got too many screens open. I'm trying to find the right screen so I can queue up the video. This is Russell having way too many monitors. Sorry about that, you guys. Oh man, how in the world did they all just disappear? Okay, Ben taught me a trick to find these really quickly. Let's see. Gosh dang it. Okay, I'm trying to find the live pigeon one. We're streaming this live pigeon, which lets me queue up the videos each time, which is my new favorite app. So you guys should all go get live pigeon if you want to learn how to do this. But don't do what I do, where you just close. You have so many tabs open, you can't find the actual ones. Okay, I'm opening everything I got. Give me 22 seconds now, you guys. And I'm gonna find it. In the future, I'll never make this mistake twice. Are you able to push it from your side, Ben? If you are, go ahead and push it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go find this and keep looking for it. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. I literally have so many tabs open, you guys. This is a lesson for us all. I've almost got them all closed down. There can't be that many more still floating out here. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going back to live pigeon. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right, going back here. Hey, Ben, I'm sure it's showing me the wrong...
The stool story. Thank you very much. All right, cool.
You got a brand?
The story stool. Hey, guys, the story... story stool. It's a story stool time.
How much is the story?
Well, this story stool is autographed by a storyteller. Just kidding. All right. Okay, I've never told the story live in all the details, so I'm going to go through it and hopefully it won't mess up. I got my notes.
You will.
I'm sure I will. Okay, here we go. And we're going live in 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, this is Russell. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. So I'm here right now in a room of, I think, 48 or 49 amazing entrepreneurs. Woo-hoo! And you guys can all see me again. And we've been talking about storytelling and like how to tell your story and kind of the origin story of where you got started and what got you into what you're doing. And so I've been challenging all of them to go and do that. And I thought it would be kind of cool if I just told you guys my story. And some of you guys have heard pieces or parts of this, but probably not the whole thing. And so what I'm gonna do is just kind of share with you guys a story about ClickFunnels and why this for me became my new opportunity, the thing that I'm so excited about and why I have so much passion. Some people say, Russell, you've been talking about ClickFunnels every day for the last 2.5 years. I'm like, I know, because I'm so excited every day. So some of the backstory, if you don't know, so I got started in this business, I guess it's almost like 13 or 14 years ago now. And when I did, I was a college kid. I was going to Boise State University, which is just down the road from it right now. And I was like a wrestler, which means I wrestled and I had to go to school. So I barely graduated. Like, it was like barely. Like, I think my cumulative was a 2.1, which means I got a whole bunch of C's and like 1 B over like 5 years. So it's kind of painful. But I graduated, which made my mom happy and was pretty cool. But during school, as I was wrestling, I started learning about this internet marketing stuff. And you have to remember, this is 12 years ago, it's before Facebook, it's before Instagram, all these kind of things. Like, we had Google kind of, and in fact, I don't even remember how we were driving traffic. We didn't have a website, anything. Like, I was using Front Page. Some of the old timers remember Front Page. So I was creating these things in Front Page, and it was it was pretty bad. So I was doing that, but I believed that it was possible. I saw people like some of my mentors were Armin Morin and Alex Mendozian and some of these guys who were making money online. I was like, God, if these guys can do it, like, I'm pretty sure I can do it. So that was my goal I wanted to accomplish. Now, the other side of that I don't really share a lot of times it wasn't just that I wanted to make money. Like, that was a desire I had, but like the bigger desire is I had just gotten married to my beautiful wife. We're still married today. It's been almost 15 years this year, which is amazing. And I married her. She was working full time to support me, her jobless wrestling husband. And I don't know about you, but like, I was envisioning like when I got married, I'd be like the man and I would be like the supporter. And it was honestly pretty tough for me, like that she was supporting me and I didn't have anything to contribute other than like, I'm gonna go to school and wrestle and hopefully, and it was hard for me. And I remember like, I gotta figure out a way to contribute. Like, I don't her doing everything. And and so that was like the real driving factor. Like if I can, in fact, my goal is if I can make $1,000 a month, that would like match what she was making. We weren't making very much money at the time. And I was like, then like I feel like I'm contributing as well. And so that was my goal. Like I need to figure out how to do this. And I tried all sorts of stuff. I was trying eBay. I was trying Craigslist. I was doing stuff. We had like I had like a $20 a month, which was like big deal for me. I was excited, but like none of the things really hit big. And about the time I started learning about information marketing. In fact, I was at a post office mailing something I'd bought from eBay in this huge awkward box. I thought it was going to sell huge, and I ended up selling for like a $1.50 or something. I lost tons of money, and then I did a postage, and it was a nightmare. I'm sitting in the line at the post office next to this dude who had a big box full of CDs, like thousands of them. I'm like, dude, what are you selling? He's like, well, I have one CD, I sell it, and I burn it. And I'm like, so these are orders for like the month? He's like, no, these are my orders for this week. I'm like, I'm doing the math. I'm like, how much you selling for? He's like, $67. I was like, oh my gosh. And I had this I need to sell information. Like that is the future. So I started trying to figure out information. I started doing stuff. My very first product I ever created was a DVD on how to make potato guns. I'm sure some of you guys have heard this story before. So I started making potato guns, and it was working really, really good. But then what I was doing is I was going to Google, and I was buying ads on Google, and we were making some money back and forth. But eventually, I probably had, 4 or 5 months of success, and then Google changed their algorithm, and it got really, really hard. And the harder thing for me was like during this time, like it was me building things in front page, and I had to figure out how to like FTP pages and images, and then how to go to PayPal and get the order button. It was super techie, and I'm not a techie person at all. But after Google changed their algorithm, we tried some stuff, and I remember one of my friends called me. He's Mike Filson. Some of you guys may know Mike, and he said, Russell, I figured out like how to make this whole internet marketing game work again. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, is your potato gun thing still making money? I was like, no, like I can't break even, I can't make a profit. And he's like, well, I went back to all my sites and I added these things. And he called them OTOs. I was like, what's an OTO? He's like, it's an upsell, a one-time offer. I'm like, oh. And so he's like, I added these upsells, and people started buying the upsells. And suddenly, like, I'm making 2 or 3 times as much money from everything I sold. And I was like, dude, I can actually do that. And so I remember jumping online, I was Googling like potato guns, trying to figure out like, what would my upsell be? I don't know. Like, all I had was a potato gun DVD. And I met this dude up in northern Idaho who actually made potato guns and drop shipped them. And I was like, dude, if I sell those, will you drop ship them for me? He was like, yeah, like I'd love to not have to sell these things. And so I partnered with him, and I started selling DVDs, and people started buying this upsell. And it was the first thing I made a funnel. And I was like, this is a funnel, like, and that was like this new thing. And I was so excited. And so I had this epiphany, like, this is the future. Like if I can make more funnels, like this funnel's only making me like, I don't know, $20, $30 a day, but what if I had 2 funnels or 3 or 5 or 10? And so I started going a little bit crazy, and I created funnels in the couponing market, which by the way is a horrible market. People in that market do not like to spend money, so I don't do that one. But I did couponing, we did dating, we did weight loss, we did network marketing. I've done diabetic supplements. We've done, and that's like the ones on top of my head. Like there's like, I show you guys, there's like a trail of thousands of offers, some that worked and a lot more that didn't work. But we were doing these things over and over, and my plan was like, if I had 10 of them, they're each making $100 a day or 20 or 50 or like whatever it is. So I was doing this, and at first it was working, but like, the problem I kept running into was like front pages for someone like me was hard, and I like do these pages and mine looked ugly. Other people's like looked awesome. So then I had a designer, he would design these things. So I'd make it a front page with ugly. I'd send to him, he'd design it, look cool, and I put it up. Then it was up, and then I couldn't do anything. I couldn't touch it again. Like I had one shot, and then I had to like bug him. So then I hired like a web guy to go and like do edits for me. And then like I was just using PayPal, and I couldn't do anything else. And so then someone like invented like a one-click upsell. And so I was like, dude, I need that. So I had to hire a programmer to connect that to the next thing. And like it kept getting more and more complicated to the point where like soon I wasn't able to do anything. I could just look at it and be like, change that. And then they try to change it and they didn't. I'm like, no, like move it over here. And then they put it in the wrong spot. And like it would take days, sometimes weeks going back and forth with the guys in Romania and India and everywhere trying to get them just to move an image and make it a little bit bigger, or like things that like were so common sense, but I couldn't like actually do it. And it drove me nuts. And about that time, one of my friends and partners, in fact, he may not be in the room right now. Is Todd in here still? No. Oh, he's already eating lunch, so he's already gone. But Todd was like one of my partners that were doing these things with me, and he saw my frustration. He's like, what if we built something where like, and the joke was like that Russell could actually like edit the website and actually could move things so he quit bugging us all the time. And I was like, dude, that'd be awesome. He's like, okay, that's what we're gonna create. And that day we sat in front of a whiteboard, started mapping out like what would it look like and how would it work. And so we mapped out this vision of what became ClickFunnels. And he went home and actually built it. And then it was funny, him and then another partner we brought in was Dylan Jones. They were working, he did the editor, and they would build part of it. And they're like, we need to like make this so simple Russell can do it. So they do it and they're like, hey Russell, test this. And I log in and I'm like, hey, how do I do it? He's like, we're not gonna tell you, you gotta figure it out on your own. I'm like, okay. So I'd like do some stuff, and if I could figure it out, then like, good, we got it. If I got stuck, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Then like, hey, we didn't do it intuitively enough. So I went back and forth for probably 6 or 7 months, and finally it was the point where like I got it. Like, if I can do this, like, then anyone can. And at first it was just a tool for me. Like, that was really the initial goal of ClickFunnels. Like, I think Todd and Dylan were like, this way Russell will quit bugging us, and I don't have to design his sites anymore or redo his headers, like all this stuff that was happening. And then after I started using it and I was having success, I was like, we have to make this a tool for everyone. Like, it'll free all entrepreneurs. And like, it freed me. And so because of that, I was able to start creating funnels quickly. I went from having 5 or 6 guys, and it would take us on average almost 2 to 3 months every single time to build a funnel, to where I was actually able to do it by myself in like an hour and a half sometimes less, which was cool. And so the cool thing is like I was able to achieve that and have success. We started rolling out funnels like crazy. Some of you guys probably remember seeing a lot of them. I still do a lot of them because they're so much fun to do. But the cooler thing for me was the other side. Like, I was able to make money to support my wife and support my kids. Because I didn't no longer had to spend 3 months doing something, and my time to be with my kids is completely freed up. Like, I have a chance, so I go home every day and play with my kids. I'm not like stressing out trying to like talk to programmers in India at 3 in the morning and like stressing all this stuff. Like, it just works. And that was really the biggest thing for me. And it's been an amazing thing. In fact, now my kids are using ClickFunnels. They're building stuff in ClickFunnels, and it's like not just for me, it's not just a product. It's a mission. I'm seeing people's lives change. I'm seeing other people who had messages, but they couldn't get them out because they couldn't move things around on this stupid page. Well, now like the power's back in their hand, and that's what fires me up, is being able to help entrepreneurs and that kind of thing. So that's kind of my ClickFunnels story. So if you guys haven't heard it before, I want to share that with you guys and just share why I'm so passionate about this. And for me, it's not just I talk about this all the time, but like, it's not a matter if you're going to become a ClickFunnels member, it's when, because it's the only way to do what we're talking about. Like, the only alternative is to do what I just used to do 10 years ago and hire guys in Romania and India and the Philippines and like have a team of 30 people to be able to move an image. Or you can just use ClickFunnels, and it gives you and me, the entrepreneurs, the power back, which is awesome. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you guys see why I'm so passionate about ClickFunnels. And with that said, I'm going to check out. And if you like this, comment down below. If you have any friends who are like, what is that ClickFunnels thing? Share this to them, tag them down below so they can see why I'm so passionate, and probably why you're so passionate too. So thanks, you guys. Talk to you guys all soon. Bye. Woo. Yay. So kind of to go back with like what I talked about, like the mistake that I was making the first time I was telling the story. I'd tell the potato gun story, and then I stopped after that. And I was like, that got me to the wall. And I was stopping. I was like, the exciting thing, like the thing that makes the big domino real, was afterwards when I realized like, wow, like the funnel is the key. Like, that was the epiphany, was that. And then when I started creating all these other things, and on the new slides, I have like 50 different offers that we'd created like throughout time. Some that worked, some that didn't. And it's like, that was it. And then here's the conflict, like all the people we had to hire and the ups and the downs. And like, that's the interesting part. That's where the conflict is, where actually people care. And it's like, and then now I was able to achieve this, and I transformed this way. And because of that, like, you guys can too. And that's like the cool thing.
All right. You guys got it? I'm glad we got technical difficulties out and you had a chance to watch the video. So that is me doing the Epiphany Bridge script, telling my story about why I love ClickFunnels, why I'm obsessed with it, right? And some of you guys are already asking, like, where does this fit in the perfect webinar? Is this the like, we'll get to that. Don't worry, keep hanging out with me. I'm doing line upon line, thing by thing, giving you guys little pieces along the way to help build up the core thing we're working on together. So hopefully that was helpful. But what I want you guys to do right now is, my job is to push you guys beyond your comfort zone. So I'm going to push you guys to actually do what I did. Okay. Again, when I was in that room, I went and did my Facebook Live right there. That was live to the page. Everyone's seen it. And I had everybody in the room right now go and do it as well. So it was funny because you saw like the Hermosies were in one corner, like with their phone. I saw Dave Lindenbaum in another corner. I said, I think who else was there? Like Lady Boss, like Caitlin Pohl, like they were all in the office. Someone went outside and they're all doing their thing, all using the perfect webinar, the Epiphany Bridge script. Can we throw up the text version of the Epiphany Bridge script real quick, Ben? All right. So this is, because it's hard, like, how do I remember how to do this, right? So I showed you guys the image, but this is how you easily do the Epiphany Bridge script. You just ask yourself this question, right? So question number one, what is the backstory that gives us a vested interest in your journey? Okay. So, hey, my name is Russell Brunson. Let me tell you my backstory about why I got started in funnels, right? So like, you just start by exactly right there, right? And by the way, take a picture of this, everyone, so you have it, because I mean, you're going to be doing it today to win the belt, right? So if you ask the backstory, and the second question is desires. What is it you want to accomplish? Well, I wanted to accomplish, and you talk about the dream. I was trying to make money. I was trying to lose weight. I was trying to like learn how to invest in the stock market. I was trying to blah, 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 whatever your thing is, right? And what was the external struggle you were dealing with, right? And then what was the internal struggle you were dealing with? Like externally, I wanted to try to achieve this thing, but internally, I was really doing it because of this, like, because I really wanted to change my life. I wanted to be able to, that my wife would be proud of me, or my dad would finally like love me, or whatever your internal desire is, right? The internal one's the key because most people aren't willing to ever share that. And when you do share your internal desires of why you want this thing, that's when people actually connect with you the strongest. Okay, and if you go back and watch the video, notice how I did that, right? Then the wall. What was the wall problem you had within your current opportunity? Like, what's the wall you had? I was trying this and it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. And then, boom, now you tell your epiphany. Like, then this is what happened. And you tell the story about that, whatever the experience was, you had the epiphany. Also, it's like, oh, this is amazing, right? You tell the epiphany, and this is the new opportunity that I discovered through this epiphany. And based on that, here's the plan I created. And as I tried it, there's things that I struggled along the way. And then finally, I achieved the thing. But more importantly, here's the transformation I had. So that's the Epiphany Bridge story we want you guys to tell. And there's a million ways we can teach you guys how to use it. Like, this script is one of the most powerful things I could possibly give you guys. But for today, what I want you to do is I want you to actually do this. So that means all of you guys are gonna grab your phone. And when we get off of this, I want you to literally like look at this thing. Hopefully you printed a copy of it. Take a snapshot, take a picture on your phone, whatever it is. And I want you to record yourself doing your Epiphany Bridge story of the reason why you got into the thing you're doing right now. What is your the new opportunity that you've created, that you're excited about, that you're passionate about sharing with people? Like, what is that thing? I want you to tell us that story and record it, okay? And unfortunately, I want all you guys to post it in the ClickFunnels group. Apparently, we can't go live in the ClickFunnels group, but you can create a video and then you can post in the ClickFunnels group. And we have moderators who moderate everything to make sure that spam's not coming in and garbage. But we have a passcode. This is just for you guys. So this is a when. When you guys record your Epiphany Bridge story, then you go into ClickFunnels group, and you guys know how to do this because I saw you all post 2,000 pictures of nude squirrels in the last week, so you know how to do this. But go into that group, post your video, and in the title, wherever you have a hashtag Epiphany, and Epiphany is a weird word to spell, but if you hashtag Epiphany, figure out how to spell that, then the moderators will see that and they'll automatically push it through. And then what's going to happen is it's going to start flooding our ClickFunnels main group with all of your guys' Epiphany Bridge stories. And I want you to go, like, obviously see your own there, but then go see other people's, comment, give feedback, heart it, like it, like tell them how excited you are for them, and be nice, because this is going to be hard for a lot of you guys. Like, a lot of times this is your first time ever going live. That's okay. But record the video, post in there, hashtag Epiphany, and after you do that, our team's going to go through it. And then tomorrow, on live tomorrow, I'm going to be giving one of you guys one or two, maybe three. We'll pick a couple. We'll pick one's like the best one. One's like the person who like I'm most proud of for like being awkward and nervous and still doing it. And then one we'll pick for the funniest. So let's do that. There'll be the three ones. We'll give away 3 belts, 3 people. I'm gonna announce the winners tomorrow. That means you've got today to get that out there, make your video, post in ClickFunnels group, and then go and comment everybody else's. That sound like fun? Who's here for the challenge? Who's willing to come play this game with me? Okay, if you want to play this game, you guys, I promise you, if you want to grow and stretch, which that's why you're here, right? If you want to grow and stretch, you got to play this game with me, right? So come and play this game, post the video, and 3 people are going to win a belt. The funniest, the best, and the person I'm most proud of for taking the leap of faith and doing it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So everyone go and do that right now. But it's still top of your mind. Now you saw mine. When this live ends, you go back and you watch my video again if you want to see how I did it, like see how it syncs with the storyline, and hopefully it'll be awesome. So I'm pumped to see you guys' stories. I want to hear how you guys created the new opportunity for yourself, why you're so excited, why you're so passionate about the thing you're doing right now, and that's going to be a big part of it. So, someone asked you, you have to record it on your phone and then post it into the group because you can't stream into the group. The moderators have it locked down, so you can't do that. So, that's the game plan. So, there you go, you guys, and then you can all win a ClickFunnels belt. Boom, these are the coolest belts. The coolest belts in the entire world. So, with that said, you guys, I got to jump off. I got a call that I'm about to jump on for something exciting we're going to be announcing to the community here soon that you guys are going to freak out about. But it's top secret for now. So as of right now, go record the video, upload it, and then let's all go in there and like give everyone love who has the courage enough to do this assignment. I know it's not easy. In fact, when I did it in Boise, we had the entire group. There were people who were so scared, like they weren't willing to do it. They just recorded their phone. Like, I'm not going to post in my group. I made them actually go live in their own groups, which was really fun. So, but for you guys, I'll let you do kind of what you want to do. But that's kind of the game plan. Sound good? You guys good with that? All right, appreciate you all. With that said, I'm going to queue up the video real quick of how you guys can get on the text list. If you're not on there, we're still a day or two away from getting an international option working. But for everyone else, get on the text list. We'll keep sending out text messages before we start these lives every single time. And with that said, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you mañana. And I am kind of freaking out right now. I'm so excited. I just got a brand new phone. This is called my Funnel Hacker phone. And in this phone, I'm actually setting up a private community where I have a chance to text with my funnel hackers, with people like you about entrepreneurship and business and personal development and all the fun things that we love to talk about. And inside of this phone, I've been sending cool stuff that I don't send anywhere else except for people in my texting community. And I want to invite you to be part of it. Now, a couple of things. Number one, the first thing I need you to do is grab your phone right now, and I want you to actually text me, okay? The phone number is 208
208-231-3797. I'll probably have it above or below or somewhere, but the number again is 208-231-3797. Text me right now. Text me, hey, text me, what's up, whatever you want to do, and that's the first step. The second step is my goal is I want to get 50,000 entrepreneurs and business owners and funnel hackers on my phone here in the next, before the end of the year. So that's my goal and my game plan, and I need your help. If you will help me to get 50,000 people on here, I'm going to invite 5 of you to come here and fly to my office. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to spend a day with you, coaching you on your business. The first half of the day, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to brainstorm your funnels, your structure, your offer, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have my top copywriter help you with your copy, our funnel builders, our designers. We're all going to come and tag team and spend a day with 5 of you here in the office. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the prize. That's the reward. The way you can win that reward is, number one, you have to text me. If you haven't texted me yet, you are not eligible to be part of this. I need you to text me so you can be part of my texting community, okay? Again, the number is 208-231-3797. I'm going to memorize that number, but as of right now, it is 208-231-3797. Text me. That's number one. Number two is every single time you help me to share this message, you get a vote. That means if you like the video down below, you get an extra vote. If you comment down below, you get an extra vote. You share this video, you get an extra vote, okay? And if you comment again, you get another extra vote, okay? At the end of this, after we have 50,000 people who are on my texting platform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to come to our offices here in Boise. We're going to spend a day going deep into your funnels, your business. It's going to be so much fun. You work with me, my copywriters, my designers, my funnel builders, and we're going to get your business up and launched live. This is a free gift for 5 of you guys. So again, the way to win, text me. Stop everything you're doing. Pause this. Text me, 208-231